Hello and welcome. Are we on this stream or what? Knocked off for you guys, lol. Night. Beaming face with smiling eyes. I'm gonna say, or what? Because I'm not sure how I ended up here. Lolian. Good evening, everybody. Bonser. Wine glass. Hi, Max.
Well,
Hi,
it's
sis.
Friday once again. It's 7 o'clock. It must mean it's stream time. Hello everybody and welcome back once again to, yes, as you can probably tell, Conan Exiles. A little bit different
Complexion looking a bit great there,
this
Max.
week. We thought we would check out some of the new stuff that's going on. Sure, some of you have seen a couple of the videos that I've done by now, but I thought what we'll do today, just for a change, is we'll pop back over and show off a few more of the bits and pieces, talk about a few bits, maybe have a bit of a wander around, see if we can find anything else that's, do we dare say broken?
Afternoon, everyone.
Hopefully there isn't, but you never know. This is Conan after all.
Looking like a top-level sorcerer.
Yes, this won't be staying like this for that long. This is just literally for the intro, really, just to mention something. Before we carry on, we shall be disposing of said corruption rather quickly, shall we say.
Hi Rex.
It certainly won't be staying, but yeah. Good to see everybody here. Hope you're all good. Hope you're all well. As I say, it's the weekend once again. So, if I start with buttons, that'd be a good idea. Click that one.
Good evening, lads, and everyone in chat.
Now, obviously, if I take that off as I have done, as you can see at the top left there, we've got these two lovely ladies dancing away behind us, but I haven't got an icon popping up at the top left telling me that I'm entertained. Now, there's a little trick to this, and yes, the thaumaturgy bench, or the thermal turkey bench, as some people call it, behind me is a little hint to one of the things that we're going to talk about. But yeah, this little trick isn't something I learned. It's something that I believe it was Whack 4863, a long time ago now. As we all know, you can have entertainers as part of your crew, let's say in your base, and they give you the entertained buff, but we're sat here at the moment with these two and we're not getting the entertained buff, and there's a reason. The reason why we're not getting it is because these two are not actually entertainers. They're actually fighters. And that was his little thing there. He said that how could you live as a sorcerer, which like the example of how we're dressed, if you were living in a top level sorcerer layer, let's say, not cave, because it'd be a layer, wouldn't it? If you still want fancy looking dancers around, but don't want to have your corruption removed every time you do any sorcery, this is what he said you do. If you've got a couple of dancers or archers or whatever laying around that you don't want to use, stick them in some dancer's garb, get them dancing away. And yeah, because I don't have the name tag showing at the top, obviously that's why you can't tell who they are. But they are literally, if I remember correctly, a couple of Sumerian berserkers I had knocking around. So if you want to live as a top level sorcerer, I've got my vitality corrupted at the minute just to kind of show it, which, yes, as you can see, absolutely looking a bit grey and a bit grim with it fully corrupted, but that's if you want to do that. Won't make any difference once you've got it locked in like that with your entertainers. But if you're just non-corrupted, so you haven't corrupted your attributes here or anywhere, but you're doing sorcerer activity, obviously you gain corruption from those activities, but again, you're just going to lose it straight away with the dancer again. So if you want some nice looking, what would be representations of dancers knocking around in your base, you can do it this way. Just get yourself a couple of fighters dressed up and have them dancing around. Right, so that is that. This is just a quick thing that I quickly set up, just another outfit there, ignore that one. Yeah, so as we all know, quite a big update. Surprisingly very low on the bug fix side of things. It certainly seemed to be anyway. Quick little cheeky.
6791 evening team.
If you did miss my little video as yet, little cheeky plug for the video there if you haven't seen it yet already about the new trader system. Kinda cool. Does work pretty easily. As you saw in the video, just to briefly cover it again, you unlock these at level 30 and it's under the Thrall Taker section just as it is as normal, but obviously you don't unlock that at level 10 with everything else. You've got to be level 30 to unlock these, and you build it with your construction hammer, and again, as the video shows, it's a cage, a signpost and a box. So for you as a seller, you'll see the box in the middle and it'll say not for sale, and then as soon as you pop the person in or animal onto the podium, thought it was quite appropriate to use a greater bear, really, just as a little nod back to Sir Brownie, shall we say. Obviously it doesn't put his name on there, it says greater bear. I didn't have to type that, all I had to do was do the price, and then as you'll see in the video there's a little screenshot in there.
Reminder to do unsuspecting things with the like button.
In the middle there, down at the bottom where I've got the blank squares, as you'll see in the screenshot in the video, there is a button that will say purchase for you if you've got your gold coins. So I just thought I'd leave those up just to kind of highlight that one for people again. But yeah, what I thought we will do is, because there's quite a few little different bits and pieces, rather than doing multiple very short videos because of certain bits or having to do an extremely long video, I thought we'll have a look at a few bits together, check out some stuff, see what's different, if there is anything. see what people have been thinking and enjoying so far, get people's opinion on it. Have you even been playing? That's the other question, I suppose. And I've just got these chucked down here because there's some new things that you can make in here. There's new recipes in your alchemy bench, all to do with sorcery now. You need to be able to get blood, so I've got one of these just in case. And yeah, we've got all sorts of little goodies all set up here. Got our sorcerer here. And there you go, as you can tell now, it's saying I'm entertained. That's because we've got Leah Neely stood just over there. But obviously we've been corrupted with my build, I'm not going to lose that corruption. And then we've got 3 little friends there that we'll just have a run around with as well and see how they're doing. Maybe chat them out, see how they're going. And there is a change to the transitory stone as well, which is kind of interesting. Again, I've got another one set up where we are on the map over here at Seppa Maru for our little mess around station. I've put a transitory stone up as far as we can, so it's all the way over here in Buccaneer Bay, because there's a couple of little changes with that we'll have a look at in a little bit. Fridge I've just got here with some perishables in, because when you do your sorcery stuff, as we all know, you need various items to be able to level up your sorcery, which again we'll touch on in just a moment. Now, I don't think it worked before, if I remember correctly, but if you look at your sacrificial stone now, you'll see there top right, this actually gets influenced by this bench. So I'm going to talk about those in just a second. But what I want to do first, now that we've touched on that, is I'm just going to wipe those, pop them back in again. That one. Then we want to go that one. Healthy diet. Just go for the solo. Doesn't matter for that one. That one there. And then, as you'll notice now, because all that's cleared, the lovely Miss Leah Neely will get rid of all that corruption. Even though she's not dancing, it still works. And just like that, all that corruption is gone. Now, yes, if you're trying to do all your sorcery stuff, as before, if I was to use any of these and gain some corruption from it, we'll end up losing it, because Leah will get rid of it. I can't remember the exact foundation spacing, but I did try a little trick with our sorcerer before, that if I took her all the way over there into that little building out of the way to see if she would stop influencing the bench, it still shows up. She was still influencing it even all the way over there, so I do believe it. I think they did talk about it. Ooh, it was a long, long while ago now.
Stone of demonetization. How do Funkin get away with that?
The stone of demonetization. Yeah, well, that's where we have to do the I can't do it right now because we haven't got anybody on here, but the old and I'm sure you won't mind me saying this, the Angar trick. You know, you pop somebody on here, click the one you want, and then you quickly go like that with your camera and say, yeah, some nice trees back there, aren't there? Nice and green this time of year. Yeah, plenty of them. Can't beat palm trees, can you? You do it like that and you talk about the palm trees behind you. That way they can't demonetize you because nobody sees what happens. Now, I have seen 1 or 2 people kind of still show it a little bit, which is risky, shall we say, for the least. But yeah, you still learn your sorcery exactly the same way down at the Cave of Kurak, just as before. Couple of things they've changed is, if I remember where is it? That one. Not going to mess about casting these just now, but with your staff, when it comes to casting things, apparently that animation's been sped up when you can use certain spells a lot quicker. The cost has certainly been lowered on them, so that instead of you having to carry around dozens of different pouches before, you only need one particular type now, which is really good. I believe you don't need to carry multiples of each different tier around with you, A lot of the base spells are also free as well now, I believe. It threw me a little bit when I put my Tome of
LVL
Kurak.
1 spells are free now.
That's the one, thank you. Yep, level 1, that's the one, thank you. So all your level 1 stuff, or your tier 1 stuff if you want to call it that, is all free. Yeah, when I went and did it, and then I put my book on here, I thought I was in creative mode because I was messing about testing stuff now because of all the different books that show up there on the right. But then when I looked into it more, if you go onto these and then you follow them along...
That should make Nomad Magic easier.
Yeah, it would for the tier 1 spell, like for the Ice Bridge, especially if that's tier 1, yeah. So with this bench now, instead of it being one book that you continuously click on each time you want to increase a level, you just follow it along on here. So book 1, book 2, book 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 underneath, and up to 15. So now you can literally click on each individual level as you go along. Obviously it still requires your book, your sorcerer pages and the various materials as it did before. It is still pretty much the same, but you can, if like me you can remember where you got up to, you can literally follow it along all the way. So it certainly makes it a lot easier in that sense, which is why I just kind of kept this box just to show people. That's your raw materials, so your Witchfire powder, Dragonhorn, your weathered skulls, volatile glands, all the stuff you needed before. It's all pretty much still the same from what I could tell. Back to your very basic stone at the beginning. Ignore the gruel in here, that's for followers and what have you, but yeah, the other bits and pieces all seems to still be the same thing of what you need, but it's definitely simplified now, so you can do this a lot easier. And also, what is pretty cool, if you have a tier 3 sorcerer, so this young lady is a tier 4, so named, but if you've got a tier 3 or a tier 4 but a tier 3 to start with, you'll get slight benefits on the bench now.
Different items, and less of them now used for leveling.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you do use a lot more for leveling stuff up now, so it's a lot cheaper as well. So it's a lot quicker to level up your sorcery now and a lot easier. The tier 3 will benefit you a little bit as well. However, if you have a named sorcerer, so like this young lady here, if we were to be getting somebody on here for, let's say, the blood, which again, you've got your normal blood on here, and then the blood that you can put into the glass flask. You've got your soul drain that you usually do, but now you've got the additional what's it called, blood that comes from here as well, which is a different one. So again, you've got a bit more going on that needs a bit more material and things to be able to do it, but again, pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, which is good. And now where they've made it and I believe it works with the blood if I'm correct, so when you do the blood into the glass flask, you now get 3 per flask as opposed to 1. But if you have a tier 4, so a named sorcerer that's influencing your bench, instead of getting 3 blood, you'll get 6. So yeah, that magic word, 6. Yeah, which is pretty good. So if you need sacrificial blood in a flask and you've done it before, you'd have to do it sacrifice 3 people to get 3 blood in a flask.
Really full.
Whereas now, if you've got a tier 4, like I say, you can kill 1 person without a tier 4, get 3 blood in your flask, or if you've got a tier 4 as we have here, then you can obviously get 6 blood instead of the 3, so it doubles it, so you get it faster. So it's a lot more efficient now for actually getting your quantities of things as well by having a tier 4 sorcerer. Tier 3s are alright.
Astonished face, astonished face, astonished face.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I thought when I heard about it. And that's only if you've got a tier 4 sorcerer So the tier 4 sorcerers now actually have a benefit, rather than just standing at the bench here like they used to do with the hands up, just not doing anything,
Astonished face.
and looking like they were just there for the fun of it. They will actually give you a higher amount of blood. So if you lot should all be on passive, so you shouldn't come and join in. Now, I am using obviously the god mode, so I won't take damage on this, but if we come over here, and we'll probably pull this other guy as well, but hello. Would you mind being a willing victim? Oh, you want some as well? Thank you. If we just take them down like that. See? Great when you have willing volunteers, isn't it? This is so much easier. We'll put you on that one. Let's go see if he's still there. No, in my luck he'll have despawned. Although I'm not on single player, so he shouldn't have done. No, he hasn't. Go on, we won't let you wake up as well. And if we bring you over here as well, my willing volunteer, and we pop you on this one. So yeah, like I say, the fact that now with a named sorcerer, it's not that bad, dude. A named sorcerer, it doesn't have to be a particular one, it can be any of them. Not only the fact that you get 3 blood without the tier 4 sorcerer, but now we should get 6 essentially. So if we go to that one, but then we quickly turn around as I was saying before, so yeah, you know, some nice trees around this time of year. That big tree over in the corner is a bit big though, it could do with pruning a little bit. Still think it grows too much, that tree. Yeah, definitely too much still. Catch a quick suntan while we're here as well, you know. Gotta be done.
Nice trees.
Yeah, exactly. Very nice trees. Nice and green. You don't get many green trees around these days, especially in the desert, but you know. So yeah, let that do its thing. We gained a bit of corruption. But of course, because Miss Leah Neely is here, as fast as we gain it, we lose it. So that's alright if you don't want the corruption. If you've got a dancer on, it can be any level. Could even be a tier 3, but ideally a tier 4 is your better one because they can get rid of your corruption a tiny bit quicker than a tier 3. This is her base stats that she comes with. She's not been leveled up or anything. But Leah Neal is also a very good melee focused fighter. So you could take her if you gear her up as you would one of your berserkers or your Delincias. She hits pretty hard as well. The fun and games really start, so if you put them in the same outfit as this, like Delincia here. Now I know what you're thinking. I haven't got my name tags on. How do I know that one's Delincia? Trust me, I know. Because I remember which way around to place them. Because this isn't Delincia, this is somebody else. But yeah, put a Leah Neely in that outfit and a Delincia. Take them both out in War Party. Listen to them both and see if you can tell which one's which without your nameplates on. It's good fun, trust me. But yeah, that got me thinking as well earlier, because obviously as you can see we're entertained now, but if I go over here a little bit, is it going to go off? Where does it go off? Just keep checking, keep going. Right, there, so I'm here and she's over there, and I was just messing around earlier, thought right, that entertain buff has gone. Couple of steps. Yep, there you go, it kicks in again. Better sort this dude out before we carry on. But yeah, I was thinking about that. I thought that's rather interesting. Let's do that one. So yeah, never really worked it out when you think, has anybody ever actually looked at like the distancing to be able to gauge it from roughly how far away an entertainer is from you before you start getting that entertained buff, because it's not a debuff, it's a buff obviously, because it's benefiting you. Just ignore the strange screaming going on there, but again, checking out the nice background. So I thought there's an easy way that we can check this. I've got a nice little platform set up here, and if I just come up on here, and then if we put her, let's say, because it could be an official server, so you'd be on, you won't be able to have another follower here if you're on official settings, so she's on that one. If we come down here, yeah, we don't have it just now. Still nothing. Right, there we go. And so entertain. So we're entertained here. So that's what would you say? 1, 2, 3. About 4 foundations. Would you say? About 4 foundations. 4 foundations difference. Would we say from kind of where you?
And
when
non-clowns.
I like that. That's a good one. That's a very good one. Clowns and non-clowns. I like it.
Clown face.
Yeah. Clowns and non-clowns, there's a new one.
Hey Jack.
Yeah, good to see you, Jack. Welcome on in. So yeah, I'd say that's round about 4 foundations distance, would we say?
Glad I could entertain the entertainer lads.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Somebody's got to do it. We're just waiting for you. See, we can start properly now because you're here. Yeah. So I don't know if would we say that's 3 or 4? Because she's on that one, we're on this one. There's 2 between us, so 3 to 4 foundations before you start getting the. I come off there again. I'm on that one. Yeah. So 3 to 4 foundations. So if you've got a thaumaturgy bench or a sacrificial stone within that kind of distance of an entertainer, and you don't want to be losing your corruption because you're trying to gain it through your sorcery, then I wouldn't have one much closer than that. And that's either direction, so behind her, to the left, to the right, even up above you if you've got a building above you. So you do need a little bit of spacing around, otherwise you might end up losing all that hard-earned corruption that you wanted to get. So just a little bit of fun there. So yeah.
Hey Jack.
So yeah, what's everybody, or has anybody tried the new update yet? If you have, what do you think about it? What do you like? What do you not like? What you're enjoying? Certainly the new build feature is a big one, with the pulling resources from your followers. That's really, really helpful. That's going to be a really good one for builders especially. So you could be a full encumbrance build now. Fill yourself up with wooden stone or whatever. Fill your camel or your horse up that you're riding full of materials. Obviously limited space on them, so a camel, let's say, rather than a horse. Fill up 2 follower camels. Make sure you run war party. That's
loving the building option, but crafting from inventory is pointless.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I kind of don't understand where they've gone with that one, because it's for the building aspect, like you say, stone,
I have
wood.
not opened Conan since I was in my 20s, so I have no comment on the update.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I get this, or wood and stone on your followers, or your bricks, hardened brick, iron reinforcement, steel reinforcement, whatever you're building with. That makes sense for that side of it, but what's the point of, let's say for argument's sake, you're wanting to make the OP setup for your followers, so the the Redeemed Legion, the Dragonbone, the heavy pieces, etc., or the champions, whichever you're using. you're gathering all those resources up.
I honestly believe that Jack is still in his 20s.
It may be. Who knows? What was I saying? Yeah. So you're going to make your padding. So you're going to go onto the bench, like pre-update. You go to the bench. You put your materials in to make your perfected heavy padding, or whatever it was you were making. You'd put your hide, your elephant hide, your dragon bone, whatever else is it you needed, into your bench. You'd find the piece you wanted to craft it. Until you got all the pieces, you'd hit craft. Now they've done it that all those pieces I need, I can just get. Right, if I remember where we are here a minute, we're just there. If I go over here a minute, let's use an actual example. Yeah, what's the point of saying to you? Now, if they'd done it where it was crafting materials to craft armour, for example, was pulled from a chest as opposed from your inventory, that would make sense because you know you've got stocks of it in your chests and everything. But what's the point of you going to your chest, gathering up all those materials? Oh yeah, little spoiler right now. If you haven't seen my little...
Fair enough, at Jackarony 3010.
I think I called it...
I haven't opened CE since you were in your 20s, either.
My best build, yeah. Wasn't trying to be big-headed by that one, but I don't believe I showed the inside of it. I put that little video out that showed the outside. So for those who may not have seen it or don't remember it, this is it again. One of my best builds in Conan, yeah. And that's not me trying to be big-headed or big myself up or anything. But I was quite proud of this when I'd built it. Again, all just taken from an idea in my head. With a mixture of, I believe it's the Argosian, so for the windows, the observatory stuff, and then the, yeah, so it's the Argos mixture of the observatory and other bits. So this is the inside. Take on a little tour actually while I'm here as well. But yeah, this young lady's still here. Let me actually, while we're here, I can do buttons, that would help. Click that one. There you go. Anybody recognise that young lady? I know one person, or maybe two that will, if not more. But yeah, going back to the resource side of things.
Sandy.
Yeah, exactly. Not the human character version, unfortunately, because it's not possible, because unfortunately Conan isn't crossplay. That would have been kind of cool if we could have done. But yeah, let's just say you've got your resource all here. Why not have said that benches pull from inventory? You know, why don't they pull from inventory for a bench? Because really, alright, yeah, they look good. This is how it was before. You had all this here like this now. I could literally clear that out now. So if I went on take all, that's L2, so there's nothing in the bench now. And if I go over here, let's say I want to make that Redeemed Legion helmet. Like, nothing in the bench. What does it show down on the bottom right? It says I can make it, because it's pulling the resources from the inventory. So alright, yeah, you then just end up with the armour piece that you've crafted. But honestly, what's the point of having a bench? Because let's say I'm in a rush as well. I've then got to go and put all this back in a box just to go out. Or like now, I can just do that. I'm going to pour all that back on the bench again because I don't want to take that out with me. So yes, there'll probably be people who say that's cool and it's helpful. But there's the other side of me, like you say, Angard, that says, what's the point of the bench now? You might as well have your armourer sleep in a bed upstairs and you have the inventory on you and your bench is just there for show. Sorry, but I'm still doing this the old-fashioned way. I'm keeping the stuff on there. But yeah, just in case I didn't show anybody previously or people haven't seen this, this is the inside of it. Very, very quickly again. Can't remember if I did an inside tour of this or showed anybody yet. But that's the inside. We've got a peek into the kitchen there. Alchemists all working away. Everybody's got a slightly different outfit on, but it is, of course, depending on whether they're agility or strength, they're built up in a proper armor set. I mean, yes, it's not a PvP thing. This is just my server, but done it this way because aesthetically it just feels better to have everybody all geared up and ready to go. Still occasionally issues where people sort of fall through the floor. You've got a Delancey there and a Berserker that are nosing out the window. So again, yeah, there's your sorcerer. This is my sorcerer that's here, and obviously they just stood doing the same pose and benefiting the bench, but now they'll actually have a bit more use with what they can help you with your crafting. So they're actually purposeful or meaningful now. But yeah, this is all kind of sort of spread around. Got my crafters up here. Little space in there. This side's just got a few beds in for the workers. I haven't got what's it called? Living settlements rather enabled at the moment, because when you're trying to build, the last thing you want is people wandering around and getting in your way. So it's just same thing again. Then we've got these two bits up here. So one's sort of the yellow and black theme with your entertainer and some tables. This isn't new in the update now. This is something that I've done that, so while we're here we'll have a quick nosy, but this is all set ready to be a bar at this side, which some people will get the reference to the bar names. So that's the Voyager. Then we're going across the other side to the Enterprise, which again has its own barkeep, entertainer, and pretty much a mirror of the other side. And then up above is my living quarters with a bathroom and a bedroom and views out over the exiled land, shall we say.
Live long and prosper.
I like it. But yeah, so I don't quite get what they were hoping to achieve with the craft from your own inventory situation. It just seems, why? Because if you're in a hurry and wanting to get around, how can you do that when you're loaded down with stuff? Let's head back where we were round about here, I think, weren't we? Yeah. But on the build aspect of it, as I showed in the very first video I did on the update, yeah, being able to pull stuff from your followers' inventory to be able to build. Again, keynote to take from it, they've got to be following you for it to work. If they're not actually following you, it won't work. Same applies to your horse or your camel. If they're not following you, you won't be able to pull any resources from them. This is just a Ibis of Zingara, just to give us the named alchemy benefits from here. Not going to go through all of these because there's just so much to go through, to be quite honest. A lot of it is the previous things that were here before, but there are a lot of new recipes in here as well that you can now craft with the new update. Some of these certain bits and pieces you'll need for parts of your sorcery as you go through it. There is also, and I've got one on me at the moment, already crafted, this gem. If I'm correct in thinking, if I followed it correctly, we will need this in a moment for one of the particular people that you summon in, because it's an NPC that you summon in, looks a bit like one of the werewolf guys from Jabal Sag, basically. I'll show you him shortly, what he looks like. And it's another questline thing by the look of it, so you can send him off to do various things. And I've heard some people saying it takes a few hours, real life hours that is, and I heard originally that it's an 8-hour thing like the Freya quest, that when you send this guy off on a quest to do it, it'll take him 8 real life hours to achieve it or accomplish it, which is just why. Another new system again, but something that's going to take him 8 hours, and I'll show you all the things you can send him for. 2 or 3 at the top, definitely worthwhile because they're kind of all to do with your sorcery. To do with your sorcery, and obviously you need those items so they can be useful. But there's even options for like asking him to go and get your legendary keys, go and get your fragments of power. By the time you sent that thing off to go and farm fragments of power for 8 hours, and I don't know how many it'll come back with, whether it's 1 or 2 or 3 or what, I don't know how many it farms in that time. I'll have to play around with it first and see. By the time that's done that, you could have run around yourself quite easily, farmed a load of bosses, got your skeleton keys, not legendary keys, skeleton keys rather, got them yourself, plus got yourself some legendary weapons and fragments of power while you're at it. So I don't understand the idea behind it. And again, if it is 8 hours, real life that is, so on a server, so if it's a running server like this one is, that will keep ticking over because the server's always up and running. Single player, I don't know if it pauses if you log out, and then you'd have to be on for the 8 hours to pass. I'm not too sure how that would work. So he's one creature that you summon from the Circle of Power that, like I said, we'll take a look at.
It sounds like a nice idea for those who don't enjoy farming. Maybe builders and so on will benefit from this.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. I don't think it can farm specific resources as such, like iron or what have you. But again, we'll have a look. Yeah, it's one of them I don't really know until I've played around with it. I'll do a video eventually in a couple of weeks or so after I've played around with the update a bit and it's been out a little while and kind of give my thoughts on it. But yeah, it's interesting. Like I say, he's one of 3 that you can summon at the new, well not new, but new summons at the Circle of Power rather. Another one is a trader, who the currency you need to trade with him is blood. Surprise, surprise. Which
you can send him out when you log out, and it will be ready next time you log in.
That's true. Yeah, if it's on a server, yeah. Like I said, I'm not sure with single player, but yeah. Apparently, if you try and summon him before the 8 hours is up, though, you won't get any dialogue or anything with him, and he makes a bit of a funny noise or something. But yeah, again, I'll play around with it, see what we can find out, and I shall let you know with that one. But like I said, there's the trader as well that you can summon, and again, we'll look at all this. But there's bits you can buy from him that you use blood for.
8 hours on single player too.
Ah, right, it's the same as single player. Cool, thank you. Well, there we go. So yeah, server or single player, it's 8 hours as well. And that's real life hours.
Like the companion quests.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool, thank you. Sorry, I just need to have a drink there. Throat's getting a bit dry. Not in game, real life. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. That this trader has some useful bits and pieces again, which you can buy: brimstone, bones, dragon bone, dragon horn. All right, if you just need a little bit there and then, if you're in the middle of your sorcery and you don't want to go out farming for it, be useful to get. Of what I've seen of it so far, I sort of feel 50-50 on it. I see it from the side of somebody who doesn't want to go and farm all of that or hasn't got time to do, but you've got shed loads of blood that you can buy with him, then to trade with him, then obviously, yeah, get it. But as most of us know, brimstone's dead easy to get. Up here, if you've got a sandstorm mask, even if you play an early game, you've got, where is it? I don't think I've got it on the map yet, but you've got Sinner's Refuge, you've got Galaman's Tomb, just full of brimstone as well, so it's really easy to get hold of. Other bits like Dragon Powder, maybe Witchfire Powder, Powder of Corruption. If you don't know how to make it straight away or you don't want to farm all the other bits yet, yeah, Okay, well, as I say, we'll have a look at it and see. I don't know with regards to any, let's say, fighters, followers, whether anything's changed or not, because obviously I haven't heard that anybody's got stronger or been made weaker, etc. Because things do change in some of these updates. People get secretly nerfed or secretly buffed sometimes, and we don't know. As far as I know, everybody is still the same. Of course, you've got our good old Delancia Snow Hunter there. And this young lady, some of you will remember from a certain creator's Nomad run. Yeah. And then I've just got another guy here, Sumerian Berserker, just to kind of do some testing with and run around with, see if they're any different, whether they've been changed again or not.
They do dodge rolls now, smiling face with sunglasses.
Yes, I was just going to say that, but they do dodge roll now. And let me come out of that mode a minute. Let me just go back in here. If I go, oops, door opens wrong way, typical. Onto that one, do a switch over, there we go, that's a bit better. Yeah, I've still got my stamina set to the default stamina setting as well, and when I am fighting, I am noticing my stamina, if I get surrounded by people, go down pretty quick. But yeah, you'll notice when you're out and about fighting, excuse me, as you say, NPCs will, not all the time, but every now and again you'll notice some sort of dodge out, roll back or roll to the side, which is kind of cool. Let's see if we can get somebody to do it for us. Hello. Can we just be a little bit cruel and come here. I need you to fight me, please. Well, you're an archer, so you're not going to come and fight. You're an archer as well, aren't you? Yeah, I'm here. I'm not over there, I'm here. Oh, because you're an archer, of course. Oh, yeah, there you go. Easiest way to get somebody down if you're on a... if you're using a one-handed axe. For me on console, that's R1 3 times and then R2, and you knock them down. Off the feet, nice and quick and easy. Yeah, a little bit more tricky to get an archer to do it, but yeah, as you saw there, they will dodge roll a little bit.
It would be great if you could build an arena like the one that Max and Yorkles built on their CE server. Do you know anything about the Sorcerer event, where you find a named one channeling in the darkness?
Sorcerer event and the one channeling in the darkness. Ooh. Trying to think back to that one now. If it's the one I'm thinking about, it has spawned. Is it up here sometimes? No, not here. Near Stargazer's Crest at times, where it goes very dark. If you mean that one, and then there's a sorcerer in the middle of it. It can happen around here. I'm not sure if this is the same one that happens just over the ice bridge. I think that can happen. I'm not too sure with that one. I've not really, never sort of played that very much in the past, or I've not seen it for a while to realise it with that one. Named sorcerers themselves as NPCs can be quite hard to come by in game as well. If you're looking for them for your sorcery, so just for anybody that may be levelling up sorcery for the first time, if you need spell pages
Not sure what to do with her. I can't get into the sphere.
Oh, the one with the sphere, yeah. I'm not sure. Was it not that with the darkness that she summoned? I don't know if they were demons or beings or whatever they were, or zombies or something that maybe appear that as you kill those, it weakens the spear, and then it eventually is supposed to break. Because you're not referring to the one that happens with the totems, are you? Because there's a similar event where you have a Is it a witch doctor
Maybe
or
it's star tools or weapon.
the witch doctor or sorcerer, whatever they are in the
We
bubble
came
way?
across that event in our volcano playthrough called Witch Hunt, isn't it?
Oh, witch hunt. Right, yes, it could well be. Yeah, I'm not really very sure on that one, I'm afraid, so sorry about that. But yes, if you're up and around Sepamaru, or in and around Sepamaru, whichever way you want to put
Well,
it.
she's just in a crystal sphere.
Ah. It I
MP
don't
looking
know.
for info on it. Thanks for the banter about it.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, if you look it up on YouTube or
Oh, that's grave matters.
on the wiki, there may well be. I don't know if it's broken and she's not spawning the people she should do if it's supposed to spawn people or yeah. But no, absolutely. Do not think it's bad to ask questions. Ask away. I'm just sorry we can't really, unless anybody else has
Say caps.
any information on it. It's not a problem. If you don't ask, you don't know, do you? So yeah, never be afraid to ask. So yeah, if you come into this area in Sepamaru, where are we? Over here. You'll see these two people doing this, and there's another fighter or archer just down there. If you don't attack anybody, you can quite safely walk into this area if I come out creative. So if you're here at you've got the set altar just there, come down a little bit. If you look for this wooden wall, come through here. These guys will not fight you unless you start fighting them. But if you look up on this table here, there's actually one here, I'm not going to take it because I don't need it. You'll spot a table or a thaumaturgy bench, or thermal turkey bench as some people call it sometimes. So you'll learn with your sorcery here. And on the book there, as you can see, sorcerer spell page, you can interact with that and pick it up. And that'll give you a spell page. You need 15 in total, I believe it is, to learn all your sorcery. So as you're leveling up, you'll have 15 pages. If there isn't one on the bench, occasionally there is one tucked in there, sacrificial stone just on the corner there. Or if you can't see any at all, sometimes one of the two or both of the sorcerers, depending on where you are, some sorcerer stations have two, like this one. Other times you'll find a stone with just one sorcerer at it. In a lot of the camps it varies depending on where you are. But if I was to hit one of these two now, they'll both aggro and start attacking me. These two will join in. That one over there may join in if they're within aggro range. But again, if you set up a wheel somewhere, either just out this way, so if you come out past here, again, really good spot to be. 2 guaranteed blacksmiths here. Can be a variety of levels, possibly a named if you get lucky. Guaranteed armourer spawn here, this is always an armourer. Again, can be any level, so if you have to be named, keep farming it, keep killing them off until you get one. But yeah, if you pop yourself a wheel of friendship down, probably have to be just over here somewhere. You have to be a certain distance from the area there to get it to work. But if you put yourself a wheel of friendship down, as we like to call it, we don't like to call it the wheel of pain because it doesn't sound very nice. So it's a wheel of friendship, or the wheel of re-education, as some people call it. Or as another excellent creator who's not here, I don't think, at the moment, but does absolutely superb content on the Purge in Conan Exiles, would call it the job centre. That's the same thing basically. That's audio gaming, or Swamp for those who know him as Swampy. Yeah, excellent stuff on the Purge. If there's anything you want to know about the Purge, if he doesn't know it, then it probably ain't worth knowing, to be honest. I'm not your person to ask about the Purge or anything like that. He's definitely your go-to person there, so do check him out. Like I said, this is one location. If we go back the other way where I were just doing all this flying around because it just Makes things a heck of a lot easier and a lot faster. Back out the gate past Conan's Bar where our little setup is. If you come out of this gate, look for this big tree here, and then if you climb up the sand here, come out of that just so I can show you. And if you climb up this bit here, hopefully you should have the stamina to do this. No climbing picks, I'm afraid. Gonna do it the old-fashioned way. You'll see another sorcerer sat here. Again, can be male or female, can be any level again. You might get a named one here if you're lucky. You may also see a spell page on the floor there. Sometimes hard to see because it kind of blends in because it's an open page, but you can get one there. Or if not, again, knock them out and you might get lucky. If you want to knock them out if you want to keep them, if it's a named or a tier 3 as this is. Kill them off obviously if you want to get their loot, because they will drop a little backpack, well not a backpack but a little pouch. Pretty safe to kill this one off because nobody else should be able to get to you up here. I realised that was a tier 3, so we've already got a name so it doesn't matter. But as you can see, they'll drop all sorts of bits and pieces, including that, and they'll drop some pages sometimes. And it could be a failed spell page, notes you don't need, but it could be a failed sorcerer page or a spell page. They can drop you those. This little pouch they drop, you want to open that, because again, that can have notes in it. No good, you can just drop those, they're not really used for anything as far as I know. But again, you could get another spell page or some more failed pages, which...
Hello and welcome. The Sorcerer event with Total Darkness will have 4-5 sorcerers around the main boss in the sphere. Kill then the shield drops and you see. Swamp, from Ode Gaming, has been enjoying Arc Raiders recently with our friend Dirty D and some other guy. No one cares about the other guy, only Dirty D and Swamp. Screams like a girl 6. Thumbs up.
No, we wouldn't do that. That doesn't sound right. But yeah, there we go. Now you know how it's done. There should be other people around the bit where they are. You kill all of those, and the sphere breaks, and you take on the final boss. There you go. Now we know. Awesome. Thank you for that.
No one care about the other guy, and no one get left behind except Angelo rolling on the floor laughing.
Now, boys and girls.
Isn't loyal to anyone. Great to see you back, 6BTW.
Now, boys and girls. Family show. Well,
face.
family show / over 18 because of some of the content, shall we say. But yeah. Let's all be on our best behaviours.
Good evening all.
See, I've not only got to be the person playing the game and the creator and talking to you lot, I've also got to moderate my own chat as well. And they say men can't multitask. I can't very well. Buttons, you know.
FFFF rolling on the floor laughing rolling on
I know
the
somebody
floor,
else that knows all about buttons. Don't we, Max? Damn buttons.
Jacqueline waving hand.
Well, yeah. Unless you're fortunate enough to have a moderator. Sorry about that, I don't know what that was. Knocking something over somewhere. Yeah, unless you're fortunate enough to have the one true moderator.
Max and 6 waving hand.
Then, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, and it's just reminded me, while we're talking about separate room, what have you, before we move on to the next bit. The Confused Barbarian was telling me the other day that apparently purple lotus orbs weren't working in Seppa Maru, which, for those who don't know, your purple lotus orbs are what you craft to be able to throw out to knock out NPCs safely without aggroing everybody. And I grabbed some yesterday and I went into Seppa Maru. Now, this doesn't mean it's been fixed. It could be a PC issue. Because yes, believe it or not, PlayStation do get bugs that Xbox and PC don't, or Xbox and PlayStation get bugs that PC don't, and vice versa. apparently they were aggroing people. Now I tested it yesterday up at the altar actually where we just were, and threw one down and it started knocking people out, no problem, nobody aggroed, and it wasn't an issue. But like I said, that's not to say that it's not a problem on PC. Just because Conan's on 3 different platforms doesn't always mean you're always all going to get the same bugs. Yes, we all get the same bugs sometimes, but sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Another one that I suspect is a bug, but may not be. It could be just being weird. You're going to run all the way down, aren't you? Yeah, of course you are. With the cages, so in order to sell your followers, you have to place them in the world first, so that they become your follower. Then, as you can see, you get the ghost image. Place them in.
Saw Troy's video, I tried it and it worked fine for me.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it might well be a PC thing then. Unless it's been hotfixed. Of course you're on PC as well, aren't you, Younger? I don't know then. Whether it's been hotfixed and it wasn't a thing, or whether this... No, because he mentioned this before this update. And I think it was it yesterday? It was either yesterday or the day before when I tested it, and obviously it's only been out since Tuesday. It could have been in this update rather. Not sure. But yeah, don't know if you noticed then, she stands on the little ghost and then jumps off to the side. So if I try and interact with that, and then if we put a price in here, do 2,000 just for an example, it doesn't change because according to the thing there's nobody in there. That's only happening with an entertainer though. It's not happening with your fighters, so berserkers, Dolincia, sorcerer, your priests. It's not happening with them. It just seemed, and I checked it with Amma the Seductress, who is a tier 4 entertainer from the Jabal Sag tribe. It did it with her as well. So again, who knows how long it'll be before that gets fixed, if it is an issue. I don't see it being correct, but yeah. So that was rather interesting on that one. We just check back on this bench here then, so we got this blood earlier. We go over to...
Probs just a Troy issue hyphen. The confused barbarian has more glitches than Gaudia Cerataminis.
Bless him. It could be. He could have thrown a gas orb down instead of a purple lotus, who knows. But no, it could well in fairness have been before this update, and it has been not stealth fixed, because it's no, but what I mean is that it could have been fixed by something else being fixed or being added. Who knows?
Hello, 6 badges.
But yeah. So yeah, if we craft that up now, as we can see, there we go. So without your tier 4 sorcerer, you'll only get 3, but because of a tier 4 sorcerer, we got 6. Then there's your soul essence as well. Same thing. Right, next thing, going to crack on, because I'm aware that time is running faster than I am. So yeah, still learn your sorcery the same way. New cool things to pick up. It's a lot more simpler to follow now and a lot cheaper, so you can level it up a lot quicker. Your tier 1 or your level 1 spells are free, and you don't need, and then anything higher than that you don't need multiple reagents or agents as they call now, or you've not got to carry around all the different pouches anymore, which is pretty cool. Let me just put those in there a minute so I'm not carrying them around.
Only time that runs faster than me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So yeah, I would say if you are still playing, you're still doing it actively, and you are involved with your sorcery, definitely get yourself a tier 4. Doesn't matter who it is, but try get yourself a named sorcerer, because you'll get the most benefit out of it then. Now,
You need to catch up at 6 badges before you lose a spot as a top level sorcerer.
oh, he'll never lose that. That's a permanent crown. If he does, I'll have something to say about it. I'll stick up for your 6. There's only ever been one true sorcerer. One true top level sorcerer. Yes. There shall be a reckoning if that ever happens. Now, I've got 2 circle of power set up.
That title has long gone.
Oh no, you may not be on Conan now, but the top level sorcerer title will always stay, no matter what you're doing. So I've got 1 circle of power here, and I've also set up another one over here away from everything. Where is it? Should be... Where did I put it? There it is, gone past it. Whoop. Over here, because of your 3 new summons that you get, obviously you get the It That Hunts, which gives you the different things you can send off to go and do things for you. You get the Trader, and then you also get Summon the Avatar of Bokrog, is it, or something? I think you pronounce it. I'm probably butchering that. The reason why I've put this over here is because when you summon it, I'm hoping it's still far enough away, not only does it attack anything around it, or start smashing things up, even though it's on your side technically because you summoned it, it starts attacking you as well. So if we have a look here, the one we want, let me just check. Yep, so you still got all of your abyssal armour, your bow, your weapons, the abyssal mount that you can still call, but now you've got this guy. Slightly different sound animation when you do it now. In he comes, look at him. He also destroys it. Now I'm not cloaked, so in theory... Oh yeah, there he goes. Doesn't like me. Let's see if he'll follow me over here. Oi, come on. Got some friends for you to come see. And if you noticed, it says he's a 3 skull as well. Let's see if he starts on these here. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Like the Cobra Exile, my bite is
so he's technically a 3 skull boss. Wow.
Boss.
I will cut your heart out.
Yeah. This is why, again, you want to spawn him away from your base, because he will start attacking all your people straight away, and he'll start attacking you, which I think is a bit crazy when you're the one that summoned him. They've done him some decent damage, look. He's already lost a quarter health. And, I mean, this lot are almost dead, all of them, but...
10k health also hyphen pretty hard.
Yeah, exactly. But they're doing him some fair whack. Oh, he's going down.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see it. I also see that you lot are dead
Yes,
as well.
Sangar, from the pools of the grey ones.
Yes, he's rather... Oh, he's gone picking... Look at him, he's off up there, look. He's off to pick a fight with that guy now. Where'd he go? He's trying to start on them, but... he's having great trouble with them. Where is he? Has he dropped into the gap? I think he's kind of fallen somewhere, hasn't he? Where is he? Yeah, he's sort of glitched under somewhere.
I know a few chaos-inclined individuals that would love this.
Oh yeah, absolutely they would.
Also it's Savage Wilds too.
Is he going to teleport to me now because I've run away, or is he just going to... I don't know what's going to happen there, near. I believe he only lasts for so long. Where is he? He's in there somewhere. Can't hit him. He's there, but I just can't hit him. Yeah. So, I don't want to do the admin trick here, kill all spawned NPCs, just if I can kill him that way, just in case it deletes my people over there. Let's just run this way a little bit a minute. See if he teleports to us. I don't know if he tracks you in that way, or whether it's once he's stuck, he's stuck. It would appear once he's stuck somewhere. Okay, never mind. So, yeah, be careful where you're taking him, because he'll get stuck and people will...
On PC you just use Shift Delete in these situations, face with tears of joy.
Yeah, it's not quite as easy as that on console. I haven't got kind of a point and click option. There he is. In the mesh, of course. And of course, because I'm in ghost mode, I can't hit him. Ooh, googly eyes. Yeah, I'll have to deal with that afterwards. That's a bit... yeah. Bit of a clipping mesh issue there, I would say. I thought I heard him growl as if he'd moved then. No. So, yeah, that's him. Bit of a mess, bit of a problem. So, be careful when someone in that one, if you want to lose your circle of power, because he will destroy it. So, yeah, be careful with that guy. The other one... is... where is he? Is it you? No, we don't want to summon corpse. That one. So we'll try this one. This one shouldn't destroy the altar because it's not the avatar, so it should be perfectly fine. There he is. It that hunts. Quite conveniently.
Just some technical difficulties. No stream is fun without one.
Yeah, true. Exactly. Right. So, giving me the options there. Let's try. Have a look. Let's whereas they'll now go off, I presume, the way that looks. Unless I've missed something there. Keep talking to him. Oh yeah, there we go. So he's just going to keep talking to us and give him a thump, disappears. There he goes. Presume that's still going to work, but yeah, that gets him out of the way. That's my delete button. Oh dear. Right. And then the final one.
This one seems to be bugged. It accepts obsidian, but it does nothing.
Yeah, it may well be then. That may well be the case. So then this guy pops in. Obviously it doesn't attack anybody, doesn't attack you, doesn't attack anybody else. Looking rather beastie in his equipment there. And we hit trade. And as you can see on this right hand side we've got all sorts of bits and pieces that we can buy. I mean, yeah, brimstone, dead easy to get, crystal, dead easy to get. Ichor, demon blood, all those type of... A lot of it, volatile glands again. Handy if you just need them. I mean, hide, that's really easy to get hold of, no matter where you are on the map pretty much. Bones, feathers. I mean, yeah, okay. That could probably be useful to some people, especially if you just need a bit of something and you've got a surplus of blood laying around and you don't want to go out and farm all that again, and you just need a little bit. Bring your blood to this guy and then obviously you can trade with him and do stuff like that. Apparently if you just leave him summoned like this, he will stay for a little while but then disappear. You can hear him chattering like as if his teeth are chattering or something. Sounds like a skeleton. Don't know if you guys can hear that on the stream. Yeah, rather freaky. And I believe that's the abyssal armour he's wearing, isn't it? Or it's very similar. If it's not, it's very similar to what the abyssal armour looks like. Yeah, and again, okay, if you've got a surplus amount of blood laying around and you don't know what to do with it.
Bag of Venoms is amazing as it gives Scorpion Queen poisons and venoms.
That's true. Yes, the bag of assorted venoms, that is definitely very useful. Absolutely. Yeah, that is a really good one. Yeah. Again, don't really know too much until I've played around with this, but yeah, certainly some useful bits, some maybe not so useful. He's not costing too much to someone at least, and again, he'll hang around for a bit, or if you want to get rid of him, just like the other guy, give him a thump, he disappears. But again, he doesn't destroy your circle of power, so if you're going to summon the avatar one, make sure you've got resources to build a new circle of power, or you don't use your main one. Build a second one away from where you want to be and do that way. But yeah, pretty cool the way it's something different, something interesting at least. Makes it somewhat different to what you're usually used to getting. But again, this should be easy to get your blood. There's Sorcerer's Lifeblood, is it called, I believe you need now, which is ways to get that. And again, have to have a proper study of this and have a look, but you can go to your alchemist bench and you've got all sorts on here. Again, you can hover over it and it'll tell you the items that you need to craft it, whatever it is, just as before. Typically a lot of it I think is done in your fireball cauldron, so that looks like it's got a lot more options now than what it previously had. So there's a heck of a lot to get your head around, but I think a lot of it really, once you get your head around it, it's pretty much self-explanatory and excuse me, will make sorcery very interesting. Potentially a bit more fun. So that was that. So we talked about those. That's the sorcery, as I say. Not too sure what the bug fixes were just off the top.
Transmute items into other items now too.
That's true. Yes, you can. You can also transmute things from one thing to something else, which can be very, very helpful as well. So like you can with your outfits and things, you can also do that with your sorcery stuff now. I'd forgotten about that, thank you. But yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, once again, if you're learning sorcery for the first time, you need your sorcerer spell.
Especially Kahari Steel.
Yes, Kahari Steel as well. That is another one. You can now get that, which can be on here.
Hello one and all. Hope everyone
a pain
is well
to
and
get.
enjoying the new update.
It can be awkward to get hold of that because obviously Kahari Steel on Exiled Lands, if I remember correctly, is only available in, it's behind us in September, the Wine Cellar dungeon from the little boxes, if you're lucky, if you're over on here. But yeah, so you'll need your Tome of Kurak, your 15 sorcerer spell pages, or if you get failed pages and you've got a sorcery, you can craft your spell page from, I believe it's 10 failed pages to make a spell page. And at the top there you can obviously transmute, or illusion in this case, armor pieces into looking like something different. For example, you can see my character's hair at the moment, even though she's wearing a helmet, because the helmet is actually the Redeemed Legion like these guys are wearing, obviously transmuted or illusioned with a pair of earrings, same as the outfit. I am actually wearing the full Redeemed Legion armour, but it's illusioned as gold earrings, gold bracelets, and then the top pants and boots.
I think it is in the fireball cauldrons.
Yeah, it could well be. Yeah, let's have a look. So to illusion something, you take the piece of armour that you want to illusion. So for example, the Redeemed Legion helmet, you pop that in the first slot there at the top, and then you put your earrings, if you want earrings, in the second slot, click apply, and then it'll move it over to the slot on the right, and then you can take that. Same again with your chest piece. You always use the piece of armour that's the armour that you want the stats from in the first slot, and your cosmetic,
I'd like to get this
let's say,
out of the way. Everyone needs to switch to Xbox. This is my demand as nobody, king of nothing. As you were, and B. I wonder if T4 sorcerers can get a better rate than 10 to 1 for failed pages.
Let's have a look. Have a look. Which one is it? I thought it was on
For the
there
science.
somewhere.
Still 10.
Yeah, looks like it. But the big bonus for your tier 4 is definitely now when you're doing your sacrificial blood. Wrong one, that one. That at least if you don't have a tier 3 or 4 sorcerer, but ideally a tier 4, you now get 3 blood as opposed to 1. So when you're putting it from the raw blood into the glass flask, you get 3. Whereas if you've got a tier 4, so a named sorcerer influencing your stone, then obviously you get 6 blood per collection. So if you needed, let's say, 6 blood in a glass flask before, you'd have
new build set in the bazaar.
you'd
It's
have to
good.
sacrifice 6 people because you get 1
It's
blood
nice that they made a T4 sorcerer useful in
in
any
1
case.
flask. But then now they've made it that you can get 3. But if you've got yourself a named sorcerer, instead of getting 3 blood per flask, which is
That
one
always bothered me.
sacrifice gives you 3 blood, whereas now if you've got a tier 4 sorcerer, like I say, influencing your sacrificial stone, you get 6 blood. So if you need 6, you've only got to do 1 sacrifice and you've got the 6 blood that you need. Really quick and easy. So it is a lot better now. I thought at first when I heard it, I thought it meant where you've got the sorcerer slot at the top there, that it would give them a ghost image in some way to stand at the bench. Maybe they'd be stood here where you do, or at the side, but they don't. They only get the one for the table still. So it doesn't make any difference where they are, so long as they're within range of your bench. They'll influence it. But yeah, it is nice now that the named sorcerers especially have an actual benefit to
All
them.
this talk of 6 blood makes me uneasy.
Sorry, we'll change the subject.
Rolling on the floor laughing.
It's alright, I've got a court case to go and put together after I've finished all this. I've got to put my case for the prosecution together. I've got to get into ARC mode. And yeah, since I
Well,
came
we're on
back...
for like a week 6. We need to make up for lost time.
Because I've been playing ARC this week, a lot, as most people know. When I first came back on here at the start of this week to start doing my couple of videos that I did, I've been forever walking up to a door and doing that. Pressing triangle, which for me, Conan, is square to open things. So I've been walking up to benches or doors, like this thing here, and thinking, why is this door not opening? Why am I crouching again? Because I'm pressing triangle instead of square. Because for me on ARC, it's triangle to interact with things, whereas Conan is square. So it's been driving me mad trying to get the brain to adjust. Yes, as barrister for the client, shall we say, the Crazy Bandits, as their representative, I have to go put a case together to put forward to the judge. Case for the prosecution. So that's going to be fun. That's if my brain will even let me do it after all of this. All in good fun, of course. All in good fun, of course it is. So yeah, that's pretty much a brief look at all of those. One other thing I did want to highlight, and I can't remember who it was that was asking me, it was a good few weeks ago now. We were talking about like the transitory stones, about the corruption and the tainted debuff, etc.
Pretty good brain training.
Pretty good brain hurting, more like. As I said at the beginning, I've got this transitory stone here, and I've put one as far away as we can, just so we can test the level of corruption, but also to see about the tainted debuff. So before this update, if you travelled any sort of distance in a transitory stone, which again, level 15 in your sorcery to unlock these, you would get a debuff on the left hand side of your screen that said tainted, and I believe it used to last for, was it 2 to 3 minutes, I think it was, which meant that even if you stood next to a dancer, you cleared a certain amount of corruption, but you couldn't clear it all. Whereas now they've actually changed it, so you still gain corruption, but when you travel,
2 minutes.
that's right, yes, it was 2 minutes. Well, now, as you see, got our lovely dancer dancing away here. You can see all the buffs and debuffs on the other side. I believe from what I've heard now, that tainted debuff only lasts around 10 seconds. So it says light corruption. So we're entertained and we've got light corruption. I've heard people say it's 10 seconds, or it could be a little longer than that. Because you can just about make out there on the health bar where we've got the
Oh no, no more. Taint, jokes disappointed face.
Well, I mean, you could talk about Soft Cell, the group that made the song, was it Tainted Love, but we won't go into that one. I'll behave
Those
myself.
jokes are tainted.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, gotta let the magic happen somewhere, you know. But yeah, it certainly doesn't last anywhere near as long as it used to do. Although that still seems to be showing for quite a bit, and I was under the impression from what I'd heard with the patch that that's supposed to have been significantly reduced. I'll have to have a look again actually what it's been reduced to, if it has. But yeah, so that you can see where we are.
Distance would have tainted half her life and stamina bar previously.
Yes, I think it would have done. I think doing that sheer distance, because it's one side of the map to the other, it would most definitely have taken half health, half stamina off us, definitely. Yeah, it would have done. And I think when all this came out, I remember there was Kyre on Fire. Who else was it?
Disappeared, but corruption now clearing.
Yeah, there we go. Firespark 81, I think, was the other one when it came out. They did some testing to see how many times could you go from one side of the map to the other, back again, back again, back again, and they were getting, I think they did it about 7 or 8 times, and they were down to like 1 stamina, 1 health. So you could, and see, this is another thing. Well, I haven't got a gripe with it because I only play PvE. I don't play PvP. It's more of a, I don't understand why they changed it. Certainly from a PvP aspect, because they said when they brought that out, the idea of the tainted debuff was so that, especially in PvP, somebody couldn't teleport to somebody's base or near somebody's base, raid them really quick, and then teleport straight back out again. Because if they did, they'd risk either dying from the corruption, or be that corrupted they couldn't then sprint and use stamina and run away, and they'd get killed really easy. And now they've reduced it and made it that that goes, and
I found that, and I play on official PvE/C.
Right. So you kind of get what I mean then, that it, yeah. So I can't fully get why they'd make it that, why put it in the first place for PvP to prevent people teleporting, raiding, teleporting away, to then a year or two or whatever it is later change it the other way again. It kind of doesn't add up why they would make it like that. I don't know what anybody else's thoughts are on that, whether you agree or disagree, or you're not sure or don't understand enough on it yet. Do feel free to share. I'm not saying I'm right or I'm wrong, or I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong. It's a neutral,
still corrupted thinking face.
Neutral conversation. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. If I just run around in a circle a minute, look how quick that's going down.
There seemed to be a bug. Corruption should have been clearing.
Yeah. So again, I think that's another bug that, yeah, because I was stood near that T4 dancer. It's not getting rid of it, is it? It's not clearing it. And I can't use a health pot because I've no health to heal yet. That's not moving.
As much as I hate the loss of health and stam, but they probably should have only cut the time by 100 seconds. This will probably be fixed lat.
Yeah, and I don't want to sound negative or trying to sound like I'm trying to, bad talk anybody developer-wise or anything like that, but even if it does get changed, I don't see it getting changed for a long time just yet, to be quite honest. I don't think it's something that'll be fixed tomorrow or in a week. Yeah. Heart of a Hero, that didn't even work.
We'll have to check out for a moment. See you later, chat and labs.
No worries, Max. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Not a problem. I'm sure you're busy getting prepared for your
CY Max.
judge's role tomorrow in the court.
You in creative or God mode?
Trying to maintain order. Not in creative, no. Yes, I am using the God mode. But that shouldn't mean that the when I tested it yesterday, it worked
Hi,
then.
Max.
Let me take that off a minute.
Bye, Max.
Let's try another one. Nope. Still not clearing it. Always go healthy diet for your followers. Always. Whether you're going well trained or war party.
Put all points into agility. Unlock double jump. That's how I like this game.
Yeah, this is just my running around making content, etc. build, as I call it. I don't really, it's not my proper build setup, so I'm not really too worried about that yet. But yeah, that is really weird. How even the Heart of a Hero hasn't cleared it yet. So we'll stay there. Miss Neely again a moment, see if she'll get rid of it for us. Says that we're entertained, so that should mean that we're starting to lose that corruption, but yeah. We don't appear to be doing.
Double jump is the best.
But yeah, double jump is good fun. I do use that on my agility build, especially if you get stuck. It can be very helpful for getting you out of a tight spot, definitely.
Weird.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Now it's starting to clear. Now, whether that's a bug and it just eventually fixed itself, or whether it's still showing us 2 minutes and it's supposed to have been reduced and it hasn't actually been, I don't know. But that is very, very strange. So yeah, we've seen
Almost
about the...
as weird as the link for the Resident Evil 9 trailer that Jack just posted on Discord.
Sorry, for those who were saying about the build set in the bazaar, I show that once again as we did at the beginning. That's, yeah. Looks rather nice again, rather interesting. Especially for those who may have missed out on it in the beginning.
We got spin kicks back in Resident Evil. I am a happy man.
Yeah. I remember a friend of mine always talking about that. There was it 4 or 5? He wasn't able to do that, and there were certain abilities that the characters could do in the previous ones that they couldn't in the later one. It's like, why? Why was that taken out? Why is that a thing?
I haven't done a spin kick since Jack was in his 20s. 7 and 8 had no spin kicks. But I do love those games.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah. Yeah. We all definitely have our favourites, don't we? Definitely. It's just amazing with some of these games, especially like
At
Conan
6 patches,
and...
you sure you don't mean before I was born?
Ooh. Cheeky.
Roll full.
Ah, dear me. What am I going to do with you? Tell you. So yeah, there's nothing in that I need to talk about. So yeah, quick recap. If you've got tier 4 sorcerer, you now get 6 blood in a flask rather than 1 like before, which is awesome. Without 1 you'll get 3, but you double it if you get a named 1. A lot better crafting on your thaumaturgy bench. and cost reduction. Leveling up sorcery is even easier now with all the things that you can see, and it's a lot quicker to do as well. Doesn't take too long at all. Again, you don't even need to put all the resources on your bench. Have them in your inventory. No worries, Angar. Good to see you as always. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Enjoy the curry. Sure, we'll catch you over the weekend at some point. Take it easy.
Enjoy, Angar.
So yeah, that's pretty much everything, I think. Now I wonder, has our little friend despawned, or is he still here? Was it here we came to? It was here, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, I don't see him now. I don't see him there now, so it does seem like he's despawned. So maybe he does only last for a certain duration. And then...
Funnily enough, I'm cooking a curry now.
Very nice. Can't be bad. Yeah, so it does appear that he does despawn after a while, but again, the Demon of Bokrog, 3 skull, 10k health as we saw. Alright, if you want to come and wreck stuff like round here, but don't spawn him on your main circle of power, otherwise you will end up destroying it. And bear in mind, I was using creative mode to demonstrate it, but admin mode rather. But remember that he will attack you if you don't. Yeah, things that make you go, this spawn here, so where this guy is stood, has a chance for a named archer to spawn, one of 2 named female archers that can spawn in Sepamaru. Not these 3. I don't think you'll ever see them on one of these, as I believe I've never seen it yet. But this one is the spot if you want to try and get a named archer. One of the 2 females that spawn around here. There are other locations as well. Pretty much anywhere if you see a doorway or anything like that. Your marketplace, your set priest, they can also spawn here, as they can up the top at the altar as well. Dancer spawn, again, why you'll typically want your purple lotus orbs. Very rarely see it. Do you mind, dude? Very rarely see a tier 3 down there, so it's probably not worth your time. But if you are after a guaranteed tier 3, so obviously you get your named ones, but if you want a guaranteed tier 3, I don't know why my name's already just popping up now, guaranteed tier 3 entertainer, if you pop up here to Conan's bar.
He's happy to see you.
Might be. Might not be me, it might be somebody else. But yeah, I think it's the dancer who's cheering up personally, but yeah. Here we are, up in Conan's bar. As I say, you pop in here. You've got the princess to talk to from a previous chapter storyline with all the Metcamosis stuff that was going on. 3 entertainers up at the top there. Conan himself.
So you live, and we meet again. Tell me, have you had a good chance to look around?
Not yet.
Seen your fill of these exiled lands?
Nah, not quite.
It's not too late to get back on that crucifix.
Yeah, I'll pass, thanks. So yeah, 3 entertainers in here. Mostly female, usually. It can occasionally be a male, but always a tier 3. So again, if you've got your purple lotus orbs, come in, chop one of them out, you'll knock all 3 out, and if you manage to get all 3, if you put a little wheel...
Spoiler alert. It's Conan.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Exactly. A little wheel of friendship just out there. You can run in here, grab them, run back out. You could get all 3 if you want all 3. If you don't, it's a bit risky because you'd have to kill the other 2, which obviously will trigger everybody out here. If you want to do it that way, clear everybody out here first. Otherwise, if you start fighting them in there, trust me, this lot will run in and you'll have a problem. Excuse me. While you're out and about, if you're after a named cook, certainly a tier 4, which is the lone fisherman. It isn't one right now, because we've got this little lady here. That's a cook 3, still pretty good, better than a 1 or a 2. But again, it could be a male or a female, level 1 to 3, and you can also get the lone fisherman, that spawns here, which is a named tier 4 relic hunter cook, so male and female, and you'll know from across the bank if it's them because they'll be wearing the light armor set that you can craft that you saw Sandy wearing earlier back at my place, so you'll know it's a lone fisherman. And beauty of it again here, you can come over with your friendship stick, let's call it, rather than your truncheon, and your bindings, knock them out, swim across here, take them out to your wheel, nice and easy, and nobody else will aggro and come and bother you, so you're nice and safe getting them from there. At one time, whether it's just the way my server's running, but it used to be very rare that it was really hard on official servers when I used to play on them to get a named cook to spawn there, but certainly recent months it seems to be a lot more regular. Past 2 days when I've been looking before recording, there's been a lone fisherman stood there. Now I'm doing the stream, and of course typically it's a tier 3, but yeah, this is obviously a guaranteed cook spawn as well. Exactly. Plenty more. Most of the spawns around Seppa Marie are shared spawns, but ones like this one will always be a cook. That island will always be a cook. Always a dancer there. These are typically carpenters, but it can occasionally be a named taskmaster, who again you'll spot very easily because you'll be wearing what they're wearing, but they are a heck of a lot taller, and they'll have the little outline around their health bar, so you'll know that that's a taskmaster. And typically I think it's a driver, I believe they're called, which can be a useful taskmaster there. Always guaranteed blacksmiths here. Apologies if you can hear my cat making noises in the background. He likes to go crazy on the night for some reason. But yeah, always guaranteed blacksmiths here. As I said earlier, up the top, guaranteed armor spawn. You may have to unalive this one a few times to get a named one. The first time I did this on official, I eventually got a named one here. It wasn't the shield right that I was after. It was a temperite, but it was the fact that at least a temperite is a... is it temperite? I think they call it temperite. The one with the hammer, which gives you more durability. So it was a start, and then I eventually got a shield right, eventually. Then you've got 2 guaranteed blacksmiths. Again, you do have a chance of getting named ones here, but it's RNG, shall we say. But again, always blacksmiths. Now, they did change this a little while back, that this was always 3 set priests that spawned here, but now it's only 1, just in that middle spot. These 2 are always fighters or archers now. This top that this one's wearing, the named archer that I was talking about, one of the females or both of them, you may see them wearing that chest piece with the rest of their outfit and the headpiece as well. That's one way that you can kind of make out that that's one of them. There's multiple places where they can spawn, so keep an eye out for them. Pretty good, and they are agility based archers as well. And again, 2 guaranteed set priests once again. Little book here you can read about some lore and what have you. Again, if you're interested, if you check out the Campfire Clowns, they did a little series a little while back going around looking for all the Rasma's journals. So Rasma of Shem, who you help as part of the story. I won't give any spoilers on it, but you can find all her notes around the Exile Lands as well. They did that, and they also went and found all of these as well, so you can learn about lore, etc. around the map if you're interested. Again, a lot of these spawns, as I say, are different people, so they could be an entertainer, carpenter, cook. These can be...
That was a good vid hyphen, I really enjoyed it.
Archers or fighters on these gates. Yes, it was indeed. It was a very good one. Very, very informative and very useful. Definitely. Yeah, definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it. Do bear in mind with this area, again I'm using the admin stuff here so they won't aggro, but... Oh, maybe they will because I'm not cloaked, but yeah, these guys that are now aggroing, if I go to creative a moment, they'll de-aggro, but as you'll see, those hostiles, those guys will attack you. They're not passive, unfortunately. They will attack straight away, as will those guys if you go down that way. bearer spawn, and when you look at that, very, very rare that you'll see one of these. I don't know how that's the first time I've seen a named bearer spawn here in goodness knows how long of playing. So if you get really lucky, this is where the bearer will spawn. Sometimes they'll walk out that gate a little bit, as you just saw. They'll wander that way a bit, and then they'll wander down there. So be very, very careful going after them again, because they got a bit dangerous down there, and it's definitely dangerous over here. If you can kind of wait till they come out this gate, if they do, they'll wander over this way a little bit. So you could kind of hopefully tease them away from that person over there, maybe, and be able to knock them out quite safely. Right. I don't think there's anything else that we've missed out. As I say, some things may be different on Xbox or PC, but this is what we're seeing with PlayStation so far with the new update. There were a few bug fixes apparently for various things, but the bug
I have seen her before. She used to start with 4000 HP before the nerf.
Whew. Yeah, that is the problem with a lot of them. With the bearers, they can still get pretty decent health now if you get lucky, but yeah, nowhere near as high as they used to do, but still get pretty good. And again, I don't know if it changed because it was a while ago when he did it. Whack4863, he did a video one time and he'd done all the numbers and worked everything out with bearers, how many points per point in vitality they actually gain. And from what he could find, I mean, it could have changed again since then, but at the time, the named bearer that got the most points per points in vitality was Cathibria Featherstep, who you get from Dogs of the Desert camps, so like the Den and some of those other camps. She was the one who seemed to still get the most points per point in vitality, so the most health, which is crazy. The only downside is, yeah, they're useful for carrying all your stuff for you, but their melee and range damage modifiers are, I don't know if they're
yesterday.
1 point something or 0 point something even, I'm not too sure, but they're very, very low hitters really. Oh, nice. And there you go. Yeah, she is one of the good ones. She was one of my favourites that I always used to try and get when I was doing a playthrough if I could. Again, she's not a guaranteed spawn, so you've got to get lucky if you get hold of her. But again, no matter where they are, the named bearers are easy to spot because they're wearing the light armour. A lot of the time, some of them do wear slightly different clothing, but typically they are in the light armour as you've just seen there, so yeah. So that is the sorcery stuff of what I've found so far. Transitory Stone, we've looked at that. We've seen the 3 new summons you can get. Like I say, I've still to do some testing with these guys yet. Risa the Brutal, for those who are interested, was Angar's follower through last part of his Nomad challenge, and she was pretty good and she got him through it. She helped him complete the game, which was good. She is a named Taskmaster, and she can be pretty good. Pretty decent stats to start out with. Again, I'm not sure if she's a guaranteed spawn, but you'll find her up in the volcano, which is probably, or was, and probably still is, one of the most dangerous areas on the map, so keep an eye out for her when you're up there. Pretty good to have as a Taskmaster, but also as a fighter if you gear her up properly. Of course, good old faithful Delancey will never let you down if you've got one of these. Just look at your stat chances that you've got, like with this one. She needs more of the gruel because she's a bit weaker in the strength growth chance, but hey, we'll see how it goes, and that of course is the usual setup for them.
Not guaranteed.
Yeah, no, I didn't think she was, thank you. Yeah. This is a problem with a lot of the good ones. They're not guaranteed, so it's down to the RNG, unfortunately. The only difference with this guy is he's in the Champion's leggings, but he's still got the perfected heavy boots. And then they've all got Godbreaker for the hands, Void Forge for the chest, and then the Redeemed Legion for the helmet, which these are just here to show you what it looks like. But again, that's why the transmog system comes in really handy, because if you're like me, you don't like your followers all looking like that in a, let's say, train wreck of an outfit, because it looks a bit crazy that it's all different pieces from a different set. So you can kind of, a bit like my characters, you can make them look a bit nicer and give them all a uniform, as you'd seen I've done with my crafters in my base. So yeah, definitely worth keeping an eye out for some of those named ones, as they are very, very useful. So yeah, there may have been things that we've missed, possibly, I don't know, but as far as I'm aware, there isn't too much that we've missed. And again, yeah, the little trick for those who may have missed it, as I was saying at the very beginning, there's no entertained buff showing up here, because these two are actually not entertainers, they're actually Sumerian berserkers. So if you're wanting to live as a corrupted sorcerer, but you still like having the look of an entertainer being around, dancing away for you, but you don't want an entertainer because you don't want to lose your corruption. If you've got a couple of spare fighters or whatever you're knocking around, just stick them in the,
better now than 2 hours ago.
stick them in the Zamorian dancer outfit and let them dance away. Yeah, you won't get the passive healing and the entertain buff, but at least you've still got what look like entertainers even in the sorcerer's layer. Yeah, definitely do look a little bit different now, that is true. But yeah, that's a fun little trick that I learned a little while ago. So yeah, have a look at that one and see what you think. Right, well, we're only about 7 minutes or so off 9 o'clock, so we are a few minutes early, but there's not really anything else really to pick up on, unless anybody's got any questions of anything that we've missed.
Hello, Ty, I mean dancers.
We may be able to answer. Don't know if there's anything anybody's intrigued about or not sure about. Do feel free to ask. And
tonight?
That is a very good question.
Me. Good night all.
Yeah. I'm sure by the chat you will all know who you are as top chatters, so you'll have to forgive me for that one, but you'll hopefully see who you were. But yeah, big thank you to each and every one of you for being here. Much appreciated as always. Appreciate all the chat going on. Nice to see everybody chatting away and asking questions. Always great to see. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you did, leave a like, leave your comments and whatever you. Like I say, something a little bit different. Thought we'd just pop into Conan this week and check out some of the new stuff of what's around, if anybody is interested in jumping back in or already has done. Now you hopefully know a little bit more about it. But
one was Jack.
Yeah, as to steal the words of Six Badges once again, thank you to everybody for being here.
The one true commenter.
Thank you for everybody. The one true commenter, yeah, I like it. Different title. Thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you to all for chatting. Great to see everybody as always. Thank you to everybody who watched this in the future. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let us know. We'll see you back here next Friday for some more fun. Maybe back on Ark, I would think, next Friday for some more chaos. If you are around and you're interested in the story that is unfolding in the Ark situation, then do check out Campfire Clowns with their stream tomorrow, where things are going to get rather interesting, shall we say. But yeah, do pop in, show them some love, show them some support, and I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
Good night, everyone.
Check out Hobo Gamer if he's on as well, just before that.
6 outro has become standard.
And then, yes, it has, you're quite right. Don't forget, check out Angar's stream on Sunday, and then a final chill stream with the clowns again on Monday. And then we'll see you back here next Friday for some more fun. So yeah, that's it. Go and enjoy your weekend. I shall see you all either in a chat over the weekend, or like I say,
Tomorrow
back here.
Might be a bit of a trial.
It might be. Go and enjoy your weekend. Don't do anything we wouldn't do. And until next time, I'll see you back here, 7 PM UK time for some more fun. Thanks everybody. Bye for now.